Let's see if this thing's on. Oh, it is 7:05. We did not start on time as we promised. Do you guys want to start? You don't want to wait for everybody outside that's drinking and networking? We're cool?
Make them feel bad they're not here. Are you ready to have a good time?
For everybody who's outside, this is God speaking. You are doing bad things. Come on inside. We're here and having a good time. So my name is Red. If I'm not obviously showing that off right now, I'm Red. And this is Green. Usually a little bit right there.
Slight green.
And
Brand the way you do.
yeah, no worries. And this is New Tech Seattle. If you guys need information about Wi-Fi and passwords and stuff, it's Playhouse Guest. NewTech02 is the password. You know, if you couldn't find it, it's right
Please tweet, use the hashtag, put stuff on Twitter, read stuff on Twitter, interact. You can also, if you're ever not here and just wanted to watch the show, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/NewTechSeattle, where you can watch the live stream. And they are also archived there. So if you ever want to go watch past presenters or past shows all together, you can do that there. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? We did that.
there. We already did that. We're good. All right. Let's hear for our sponsors. I don't even know if the sponsors are in the room yet, but I think it's key to kind of factor in. There's two types of sponsors that we have. There's people that fund this because obviously there's a benefit for you to be around for them, but there's also people here that are out here consistently to help you, to provide resources for you. So it's just goes without saying, if you're one of the sponsors or partners to this event, we thank you. We would not be here without you, and we're happy that you're here to help support us. So,
You know what? It's our second anniversary. This is our second anniversary.
I didn't even
Yeah, we launched in February 2 years ago at the Hub. So thank you all for supporting us, and the sponsors especially, so that we could all be here, build a community, and keep making this thing get bigger and better and contribute to Seattle. So thank you.
So we've been doing this for 2 years, and I think the thing to factor in is this isn't for us at all. We want to do this for you. So one of the first things that we like to do is essentially make it easier for you to get to know you. So, Brett, do you want to explain what that?
Do you know yourself? You feel like you know yourself? So how many people have been here before? So you can help the people that are new. How many people, it's the first time you've been here? Awesome. Thank you guys all for being here. Like Russ, where'd that come from? Russick.
Red.
Russick. What Red was just saying, we're all about community. So the event's the event, but what we're really here to do is to help bring the full community together, the tech community, the Seattle community. We have people from the full tech spectrum that come here, from venture capitalists to engineers to recruiters to friends, neighbors, wives, husbands, because we want to have a good time, meet cool people. The awesomest thing about this event is that quality, cool, creative people come here. And we want you to meet each other. We want you to help each other. We want you to experience that here and then go back out into the community. And whenever you can help somebody out, turn them onto a website, connect them to a friend that can help them, whatever it is, to do that. And keep making Seattle even awesomer. Is Seattle awesome? Do you love the Seattle culture? So we just want to keep making the culture bigger and better and having more active people in the community, making our community more awesome. So,
Brett.
to that effect, right now, look around, find two people around you who you do not know, and say, hi, my name is, and this is what I love about Seattle. Go.
What I was going to say was we should get them to stand up and move down in the process.
They never do, though.
Oh,
I know you try, but they always do. Oh, Mardi Gras.
I forgot.
Wow.
How did you know? Am I supposed to do something to get these beads?
So, before the last sponsor comes up,
Yeah.
I have a slide for the Shappy movie.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get pictures, so I'm going to give you my camera. So if you can just take a picture,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
throwing this stuff out.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Send that back to the PR community.
Done. I'm going to go
That
ahead.
was a cool thing. If we repass this, and we'll probably get them again.
No worries. It's 7:10. We're going to shut this up at 7.
Just go.
12.
As soon as you get back.
One of the volunteers is right here, so I'll have him do it. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. Well done. Woo! That was fun. I could ask you if you met somebody awesome, but it would be awkward if you said no. So just go, woo! That's easy enough. Apparently it's Mardi Gras. How many people knew that?
Happy Mardi Gras!
Where the hell have I been? Startup life.
Fat Tuesday, baby.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, here's the deal. At this point, we're here to provide resources and to get information in front of you. It's not just about the technology that makes this community great. It's the ability for you to succeed. And in order to do that, there's events and resources out there. The first one I'd like to invite up, Candace, is to talk a little bit about an event that's being provided by a great organization called Startup Seattle in the city of Seattle. So to hear more, ladies and gentlemen, Candace.
All right, I want to know how many of you, not by a show of hands, auditory, how many of you loved your commute to work today? We got a room full of cyclists, huh? Well, for those of you who still see room for improvement, I'm here to tell you about Hack the Commute, an initiative by the City of Seattle and Commute Seattle to improve the way that Seattle moves. We will be hosting a weekend hackathon March 20th through 22nd at Moz downtown. If you haven't been to the Mozplex, you need to come just for that. But we're pulling together data from all the public agencies as well as private companies to really look for ways that we can improve the commute. You can find me here in person at the event. You can also find us on Twitter at Hack the Commute, on Reddit at /Hack the Commute. If you have ideas, we'd love to hear them there. And on the web at hackthecommute.seattle.gov. Thank you.
I feel really guilty driving home from here now. That's how it is.
So now if you have an event or a resource or something that'd be interesting for the community to know,
Wait.
you're going to have 20 seconds after. Don't go to the bathroom on
People
the
are going to
stage.
stand up and be like, I'm looking for a job. How many people are planning on doing that? Just don't be afraid. Stand up. If you're looking for a job, stand up. It's not a weird thing in Seattle to do. There we go. Come on, job lookers, job seekers, stand up. Okay, here's the deal. If you're technically like a developer, you touch code, you look at the matrix all day, raise both hands. Okay. You see that? No, keep them up. Keep them up. You got strong hands. You code. For everybody else that's not marketing, raise your right hand. Marketing. Sales, raise your left hand. Okay, cool. See the recruiters in the room? Remember this because this is your chance. Now sit down, guys. Good. If you're a good recruiter, you probably took pictures. If you are a hiring person, stand up now, please. It's not like a weird thing. You're about to make the economy in Seattle better. Let's go. You just gave people jobs. Let's go. Okay, come on. Here's the deal. If you are hiring a developer, which most of you probably are, raise both hands. And if you're really excited to hire a developer, both hands, not just one. There we go. Okay, so if you're a developer, keep your hands up. They need to find you. It's hard. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're hiring sales guys, raise your left hand. If you're dyslexic, it's cool too. It happens. Right, left. Okay, so here's the deal. After this event, you can sit down. Those of you who stood up, if you want to serendipitously find each other, it's why you're here, go hang out by the bar, and then we're going to have an after party as well. If you're not going there, your chances of meeting that person go down. So I'm just saying, if you're hiring or if you're being hired, afterwards at this bar, hang out. Now, number 2, do not stand up and say I'm looking for a job because you just had that chance. This is an opportunity where you get 20 seconds to share what you're promoting that will help somebody else in the community that's not hiring or looking for a job. So as an example, 20 seconds.
Why don't we start with the Washington Technology Industry Association? Because they're awesome, doing awesome things.
Where are they?
What do you guys? How many events you guys have per year? Yeah.
So here's the rules. 20 seconds in an outdoor voice. Turn around and address the crowd. Go. So if we end up cutting you off on the meetup.com page, there is a place where you can post events and more. So just in case you want to promote this, add it to GeekWire, add it to startupseattle.com, or put it up on the New Tech Seattle site. Who's ready for 20 seconds? You want to pick one? Good. You get 25 seconds. Go, go, go. Boop, boop, boop. Just yell out the URL. Where's the website? All right, perfect. Next.
So this lady here spoke to me
Sorry.
before. She's doing some cool things, bringing the German media together with Seattle startups. So tell them what you're up to.
Outdoor voice. Go. Boop.
You can put it on the website
Dunka.
comments. People
All
can find it.
right. You got German representation. Okay, come on. Let's hear it some more. Who's got something to announce? You. Go. Boop. Boom. All right, pick the next one.
I'm looking for. There's someone from Jack's something agency, doesn't carry cards, and I can't see him, so
Next.
I can't call on him.
Who's got a hand up? I don't see a hand. I'm blind on here on stage. Is someone? Yes, you. Whoever you think I'm pointing at, stand up. That worked. Boop, boop. Founder Institute. Boom. All right.
Two more.
One more.
One more.
No pressure. No pressure.
Wow. Usually we can't get through everybody.
Oh, I heard a voice. Can I get one? Is that cool? All right, I'm going to make this really simple, 20 seconds. Cannabis Tech Meetup. It's kind of like this, but everybody goes home smiling. It's tomorrow night. Just
You're gonna go home smiling tonight. Just not as big.
yeah. Point being, I love technology. I love technology. And tomorrow night, if you're interested in cannabis and seeing what's going to grow from that community, look it up at cannabistechmeetup.com.
And my other thing outside here is I'm a co-founder of Boldly Social. We're a social media agency, work with Fortune 500 to startups. If you want to connect or build communities, I can help you do that. And here, of course it doesn't work. This thing goes off like every 30 seconds. Give it a second.
Okay.
All right, we're good now. So these are our fantastic presenters tonight. Please give them a round of applause. You may have heard of them, you may not have heard of them, but you're going to meet them tonight and you're going to love them. So we're going to try a new thing tonight to move things along and to interweave our sponsors with the presenters because we want the whole community together. So we're going to be having sponsors do their 60 seconds and go into a presenter, and we're going to start that off with Internap.
Internap. So while we're waiting for Internap to come down, we've got 2 new things we want to accomplish this event. Number 1 is after you're done speaking, you get 3 questions, and our goal is to see if we can end before 8 p.m. So with that, let's get started.
Great. Hello, everyone. So I'm Chris Hildebrand. We're with Internap. Internap's got data centers all over the globe. We were started right here in Seattle in 1996. And we're going to be sponsors of this event every month, all year long. So we've got a table right out there. Just please come on by and come and talk to us. That's all I got. Don't even need 60 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry. I do need 60 seconds to introduce the next presenter, which is EveryMove.
Thank you so much. My name is Russell Benaroya. I'm the co-founder and CEO of EveryMove, and thank you for welcoming us to this community. And it's great to be here tonight, and it's great to be supported by so many fellow entrepreneurs. Let's jump in. Let's have a good time. Oh. We will have a good time.
Previews. Okay, so you hit the middle.
Okay.
And then we're going to count.
Okay.
3,
2, 1.
1.
Awesome. Let's rock and roll. So I took a picture this morning before I came here tonight. I am going to talk a little bit about wearables data tonight, and specifically the way that wearables is exposing for the consumer a brave new world around health and wellness. I'm also going to talk tonight a little bit about healthcare, just a little bit. In all of this healthcare overhaul, what we have not seen is an environment that embraces prevention and getting value from being preventative around healthcare. And we think wearables data, specifically around fitness tracking, is going to solve that. But first, I'm going to start with a story. This is a picture of me and a guy named Dave Braza. Dave Braza runs ultra marathons. He runs 100-milers. He's in amazing shape, and he is an actuary. That means he is in the business of valuing life. And I'm not sure that there's a lot of actuarial value in running 100 miles, but he pulled me in to this experience, and I have been on a couple of journeys with him. The picture that you are looking at right here is on August 15th, 2014 at 10 in the morning. We are at the base of Stevens Pass, about to begin a very, very long run. This picture is at the end of that very long run, 75 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail on August 16th at 9:55 in the morning. What I want you to notice is the gentleman on my right is smiling, a bigger smile than when he started, which is incredibly annoying. What I also want you to recognize is that I am not. I am swollen. I was just weeping like a complete baby, and it looks like I just smoked a joint, so I will probably be at that event tomorrow night. But you can't really blame me, because it's 16,000 feet of elevation gain, 75 miles, 24 hours. Some people might say that's insane. Others might say that's being active. And for me, that is my physically active lifestyle. But let me bring this down a level and make a statement that is no less impactful, that the ability to move, the ability to be active in your life is about freedom. And at EveryMove, our mission is to unlock the freedom for millions of people to be recognized, to be motivated, and to be inspired by living an active lifestyle. And here's why. At EveryMove, we believe that physical activity is fundamental to the health and happiness of individuals and organizations alike. This is our purpose. This is our why. How it manifests in product is an output of our passion. So let's talk a little bit about wearables, specifically around fitness tracking apps and devices. They continue to proliferate. how many of you have a Fitbit device or other wearable? A decent number. So it's growing in popularity. The problem is that the data is boring for the most part, and it's siloed data. You don't need to know that you ran 8,000 steps every day for very long before you end up putting it in your drawer and don't need it anymore. So it's lacking content and context and community. And this information sparks the beginning of a conversation, but if nobody's around you to hear it or for anybody to share it with, is it really making the impact that it could make? And we know that this data is helping to validate that prevention is saving the healthcare system. But the problem is that's not being embraced. But this data is the beginning of a voice. We are building a bridge to allow you to have your voice be heard. So let's talk a little bit about Every Move. Every Move is the hub of your fitness activity, of your healthy lifestyle. It is the place where you find your tribe, where you collect all of your information, where organizations and people surround you to motivate and inspire your active lifestyle. Here's how they do it. On Every Move, you can connect any fitness tracking app or device. We've integrated all of them. It is your hub. Start a conversation around this data. Build community. Write your story. Build your profile. Tell us about your journey, your purpose. Get insights into your data in new and unique ways. Build a community and engage with them. Set goals, enter challenges. Get rewarded and recognized. And for some people, that's intrinsic. For others, it's extrinsic. It could be a benefit from your health insurance company that has come to Every Move and inviting you to connect. It could be your employer that's offering you an incentive, like a gift card to Whole Foods. And we're making progress. Premera Blue Cross, as an example, has launched a number of challenges on our network to residents of Washington State and donated over $100,000 to charity for people that are being active in Washington. That's exciting. Or companies like Zillow. Quick shout out to Zillow. Great place to work. They promote Every Move as a perk for their employees or for prospective employees to help advance the conversation about being active and being healthy and having a productive workforce. We are thrilled to be a part of the Seattle tech community. We are passionate about the industry that we're in because we believe that it desperately needs a stronger consumer experience. We want you to join us on this mission. And together, we can make a mark. Thank you very much.
3 questions.
Question. Our customers, where we generate revenue from health plans and employers, are challenging. The velocity with which we need to execute relative to the velocity with which they execute is challenging. Sales cycle. Yeah, it depends. So for employers, long term, they're looking at saving healthcare costs, and for many of them that are self-insured, they're paying out of pocket, so they're trying to find ways to promote through prevention. For others, it's just offering a perk in the workplace that's consistent with a culture that they want to promote and drive retention. For health plans, it is not dissimilar, but for many health plans today that view a world in which the consumer has more autonomy in deciding what plan they might choose, they really want to be seen as the plan that's going to attract people that are committed and invested in living an active lifestyle. Marketing expense.
One more question.
Sorry, top left. Yeah. What's your company? Oh, Edifex. Yeah. So Edifex is a great example of a progressive employer that has embraced every move and rolled out a campaign for its employees. We did that in partnership with Premera Blue Cross, and today we have about 80 employers that are on the network. And the way that we're driving it is most of the inbound interest is coming from consumers that have signed up for every move that also happen to be employees at organizations, and they bubble that awareness up to their organization that ends up driving the inquiries to us. Yeah. Oh, three questions. Great. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
So our next sponsor is General Assembly.
I see some familiar faces. I'm Casey with General Assembly. How many of you heard of General Assembly? All right. For those of you who haven't, we're an international education institution that focuses on training in tech in the realms of, say, web development, UX design, digital marketing, product development. And it's great to be here. If you stop by outside, you can win a free $200 worth of. At the end of this month, our first ever cohorts are graduating. So if you're interested in meeting our first ever web development and UX design graduates, come stop by again, our booth. I will personally sign you up, RSVP you personally. Yeah, I'll introduce a gift starter. I was talking to him outside. Yeah, there's great. Is that who I'm introducing?
Yeah, just the clicker. The awesomest thing about the clicker and the whole tech thing is that it's
I thought I was.
tech meetup.
Did I do that? Did I do that out of turn?
Gift starter is coming later, but it's previews. Previews are good. Previews are very good. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
Ski Doolett.
All right.
Hi everyone, my name is Deepthi Ani Reddy and I'm co-founder of Schedulit, a smart personal assistant service that currently focuses on scheduling. I'll let my video explain a little bit about what we are solving.
Hit the middle button.
Okay. Yay. That's fine. Perfect. How many of you have had this problem? So a little bit about the story behind this. Prior to founding Schedule, I was a venture investor. So I had to meet with a whole bunch of startup entrepreneurs to ensure a constant deal flow to my company. And I literally scheduled 10 to 20 to 30 meetings per week. And I spent hours doing it. And when a meeting gets rescheduled, it's the same story all over again. I tried tools out there, Boomerang Calendar, Assistant.to, but this was what I really had in mind. So Schedule.it is not an app. It's not a plugin. You don't need to install it. It's as simple as sharing your calendar with Alex, our smart personal assistant, and sharing a basic set of preferences, which would include your favorite meeting place, preferred phone number for phone calls, and the like. And all you need to do is CC Alex on any email that needs scheduling. Alex will handle all the back and forth with your contact, and the next thing you see is an invite in your calendar based on your preferences and on your terms. You don't have to see any of the exchanges or handle any of it. And Alex not only understands a CC, you can forward an email to Alex. If you've scheduled with someone before, they can directly contact Alex, which is how it works in the real world if you have an executive assistant. And you can tell Alex, hey, I'm feeling under the weather this afternoon. Can you clear up my schedule? Alex will do that for you. So our software is sophisticated enough to parse through these exchanges and understand the context and take action accordingly. We integrate with Google Maps, so your meetings are designed to increase your productivity. You don't have to waste time driving from meeting to meeting. We integrate with LinkedIn, so the whole process is seamless. If you're scheduling with someone on the East Coast, Alex will send slots only up till 2 p.m. PST. And likewise, Alex will send late evening or early morning slots to, let's say, someone in Asia. So it's really seamless that way, scheduling with people all over the world.
Boop, 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 boop. 5 minutes is up.
Oh, okay.
You can still wrap up.
Okay, great. Alex learns preferences intelligently. So with your behavior over time, adds on to preferences, sends you a daily summary like an executive assistant would, and follows up on your outstanding meetings, which is a very tedious task, and make sure that they get on your calendar. Anytime during business hours, Alex's response is less than an hour. So how do we do it? It's a blend of traditional software and NLP combined with a double layer of human supervision so that the accuracy is close to 100%. We've never lost a customer because of this. And the team is IIT Madras alumni with deep industry expertise in neural networks. And we are in private beta and looking to build a strong user base. Happy to answer any questions. There you go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So for answer to your first question is, we chose the name Alex because it's gender neutral, but we have a premium version where you can name your Alex. For example, one of our clients calls it Miss Moneypenny at hisdomain.com. So, and the second one, so there's no installation. All you need to do is share your calendar with Alex. You can choose to show just your free busy slots, or you can choose to show all information. And yeah, share your preferences, and Alex takes it from there. There. Sure. So right now we give a month of free trial so that you get familiar with it. And from then onwards, we are charging $199 to $399 per month per user. And we have custom pricing for teams. I saw someone up there. Okay. Yeah. we do have customers who are startup entrepreneurs who are going through the growth stage where they literally work probably 20 hours per day. All you need to do is let Alex know what your preferences are, and he will schedule accordingly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I apologize. We usually mention to people the boop boop because when you're up here without a timer, you don't know it's 5 minutes. So it wasn't personal, and I apologize that you didn't know that ahead of time. Without further ado, if the clickers will work with us, this is crazy. Okay, so volunteers also help us keep this going. You met them at the registration. So we let them come up for 20 seconds and tell you a little bit about what they do in the community. Greg, we'll kick it off.
Hi, my name is Greg Bulmash. During the days, I write developer documentation for Microsoft. Nights and weekends, I run Seattle Coder Dojo. It's a free coding club for kids. We're part of an international movement that has 500 clubs and growing around the world. We meet Saturdays at Amazon.com. They provide like 4 classrooms, room for 100 kids, and we're selling it out every Saturday. So check us out, SeattleCoderDojo.com. If you want to talk to me after, I'll be by the bar. Bye.
Perfect. Go. I'm good to go. All right. Hi, guys. I'm Katie from ThinkSpace. First of all, I have to give a shout out to Russell Benaroya and Everymove. They're awesome. If you don't have the app, get it now. Second of all, how many of you are developing a mobile app, Android or iOS? Raise your hands. Woo! All right, so all of you would benefit from an event that we are putting on at ThinkSpace in our Redmond location on Wednesday the 25th from 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Amazon has actually got together 4 years of just pretty much they've put together a bunch of stuff that they've been just researching on different apps. And learning about how the top 50 different apps on their app store have been selling and why and how they've been selling so well. And pretty much they just want to give you all of that information. So if you want to walk away with just a quality, tangible action plan on how to make your app more successful, I would suggest going. And there's limited space, so I will be posting the link to sign up on the New Tech Seattle meetup group. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Katie. So Coding Dojo is our next sponsor, and they actually have a really fun video that explains the cool things that they do. What? Okay.
As we teach our students, week after week, they're able to build things that they could only imagine before. My name is Michael Choi, and I'm the founder of Coding Dojo. The reason I started Coding Dojo was initially because one area that I always struggled in finding people were good engineers. And I thought, you know what, maybe I can actually solve that. Maybe I can actually train people to be good software engineers.
You don't have to be the typical computer nerd to learn to code. We will teach you hands-on how to code, and you will be able to say, I have made something today.
I think one of the things that's unique about the Coding Dojo experience is there's a pretty wide range of backgrounds of the different people. Some people have never programmed, some people have CS degrees. When you come into this program, you can get out of it what you want.
The students that come to Coding Dojo, they get mentorship, they get guidance, and they get rock-solid confidence.
Every single student that now goes to our bootcamp learns 3 full stack, no exception. Our students walk away with not only knowing all the full stack, front-end, back-end, server, database component, but they also know how those fundamentals are applied in a different framework, a different language. We're not going to kick you out of the program because you're struggling. We're going to do more to help you learn.
I had no idea how to write a line of code. They hold my hand and just took me step by step.
You're never going to look at learning the same way again. You're never going to think, I can't learn this, or I don't have the time for this, because you realize if you sit down and you concentrate in the right environment around the right people, anything's possible.
You get algorithm challenges, you get to learn the different languages, you get to learn the different frameworks, sharing and collaborating and doing all these things that a developer in a real world environment would do. That to me is full package.
It's been a remarkable experience to see students come from whatever backgrounds they were in, and by the end of the boot camp, they're almost a completely different person. In a lot of ways, not only they become a better developer, but I think they become a better person. If you're willing to work hard, and if this is really what you want to do, you want to learn how to create things, this is the perfect place for it. We'll do everything we can to help you get there.
So Christopher from Coding Dojo is going to come down here, but we don't need to do that because we have the video. So I will once again introduce Gift Starter. Got it going? And hopefully technical difficulties will stop ensuing.
Check, check, check. So, Gift Starter is group gifting made easy. And I'd like to start by sharing a little bit about the state of gifting. Many of us have group gifted recently, and it usually involves figuring out the bigger, better gift, and then going out and collecting all the money from everybody, then getting everyone to sign all the cards, and you gotta get the gift, and you deliver the gift to the person that's supposed to receive the bigger, better gift, and they go, so is this your idea or is this your idea? And there's registries. This is an alternative registry where you can fundraise for anything out there, including a toilet, in case you didn't see that. And we've all been to different gifting events where you have a housewarming party or someone's birthday, and what do you bring? A case of beer, a wine, sometimes candles. Dude, what is gifting? Gifting, like, really? Gift Starter, we believe gifting is a symbolic representation of the relationship between me, the giver, and you, the recipient. It symbolizes all that I aspire our relationship to be, and I'm trying to tell you in a meaningful way. There's got to be a better way. So I'd like to start with a true story, and it begins with my friend Karina. It was her birthday. She had her bike just stolen recently off her porch. Wanted to get her a new bike. I just couldn't afford to do it myself. I'm a startup person. I'm broke. So, Gift Starter allows me to break it into pieces, write a compelling story, quickly invite friends and family via social media or email, and when everyone pitches in, what you end up with is a wonderful mosaic of all the people that pitched in. You see people that buy one piece, some people buy 5 pieces, you have someone from North Carolina, someone from Alaska. They may not know all each other, they may not all be in the same place, but they all know about the bike and Karina. And with every pitch-in, everyone gets to write a personal message. And this is where people get really creative, as Amy does here. What's really cool is that you get a handmade card. So Karina sees the bike, the mosaic of all the people that pitched in, all of their personal messages. And it really creates that moment of meaning that's so important in gifting. All of these people together in a gift, as a community. It's extremely powerful in the art of gifting. And she gets the bike too. So why crowdfunding? Everyone knows about crowdfunding. It's growing year over year. Well, why not use the power of crowdfunding to actually fund gifts for people that you love that are near and dear in your life? Why make it ambiguous? Why not just do it and make it real? And so that's what Gift Starter does. We help real communities come together in the digital space around gifts and people. It's that simple. And we make it really easy. Literally, anything that is can be bought, can be gift started. Literally anything. And we've done it. And that's it.
Questions?
Yellow shirt. Yes, we work with quite a few partnerships already, retailers and brands, including Butter London, B&H Photo Video, we have Fat Cork, and they're lining up every month. And Amazon would be great. Hello? Thank you. Answer is twofold. So there are many ways you can reach me. I'm sure we have 1 to 2 degrees of separation. So literally you put out the message via social media or email to 4 or 5 friends, and eventually it'll get to the right person. We also have the power of Facebook, which allows you to take anything, throw it on your wall, and you can tag everybody that you want to know about the gift, or everyone and their friends, and you can actually have there's a way to leave out that one person that you don't want them to know about it. So everybody could be messaging, this is awesome, it's gonna be red bike, it'd be yellow bike, dude, make it a mini bike. Whatever you could be talking about, they won't see it, and there's a way to do it on Facebook. I don't know if that answers your question. I'll go over here. Checkered brown shirt guy. How do we make money? So we have a consumer fee, and we also charge and work with brands on the retailer side. So it's a two-sided business model. Does that answer your question?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Whoop, whoop.
How are you, ladies and gentlemen? So,
Ari, can I get the clicker?
Where's the clicker? Okay. Where's the clicker?
You're good, Nick.
Am I? Do I go ahead?
Oh, the movie passes. We almost forgot.
Oh.
No. He's going to be awkward on stage.
Okay, robots.
He's going to help.
Who's heard about the movie Chappie? Who's seen District 9? Who saw Elysium? I actually think that Elysium's my favorite sci-fi movie of all time. You do this. Yeah, I'll do this. It's fine.
You do it.
The reason I know so much about it, I'm from Vancouver. Well, I'm English, but I live in Vancouver. And what do I do with this? Do I just throw this out to people? Yeah? Yeah. So Chappie's a movie about a robot that gets a soul. And I actually write about a lot of this, aside from my job. I guess we just throw these out, right? Who wants Chappie ears? That hand went up real quick. You ready? Oh, no. Oh, my God, that's rubbish. Okay, ready? One down there. Okay. At the back. Right. Oh! Oh, my God.
Chappie hurt.
The Englishman broke people in Seattle. Oh, that's terrible. My God. Oh, I got to put this down. I was never selected to play cricket for England.
So that was awesome. Thank you, Nick. And
No
I'll give it back to you. This URL is free movie passes. So on March 4th, there's a free screening in Seattle. If you would like free movie passes, all you have to do is go here, give them your email, bam, you're set up. So Nick.
Hi.
Tell them a little bit about Freelancer. And
Freelancer.
introduce our final presenter tonight.
Okay. Okay, I work for a company called Freelancer.com. I live up in Vancouver, BC. That's our North American HQ. Very simply, 14.4 million people doing amazing work with each other. And 2 million people in North America. I chatted to a bunch of you out there. A bunch of you stole some swag from my table. You owe me money for that? You don't. That's fine. But really what I want to do is get over what I'm here to promote, because I love this community. It's awesome. I've been down to Seattle. I need everyone to put your hands up, including all those people that haven't put their hands up. Put your hands up. I'm not putting my hands up. Put your hands up. I want you to say, I'm English, so you have to say this. Long live the kings. Long live the kings. Long live the kings. Okay. Oh my God, it's not, it doesn't quite go exactly how you think it's going to go. Thank you. I'd like to waste no more time on talking about what I'm here to do. I think that Jacques White is here to talk about something incredibly important, which is about Northwest salmon and sustainable salmon in the Pacific Northwest. So everyone, Jacques White.
Thank you very much. So it's great to be here tonight. Is everybody ready to hear about some salmon? Whoa, yeah, okay. So I'm going to try to operate this. He said, hold it down until it turns blue. And then it's going to drop into my presentation. Right? Okay, try it again. Anyway, so while I was listening to that presentation about Alex, I was thinking about Frank, who was doing some communications in advance of this meeting, and I was thinking, Alex is probably going to have a new algorithm that says, do you really want to go do coffee with that guy? Anyway, okay, so as Nick said, I'm Jacques White. I'm the executive director of Long Live the Kings. We're a 30-year-old organization, almost 30-year-old organization that's focused on recovery of wild salmon and steelhead and supporting sustainable fishing. So is this going to go on its own forward? No, you click it. Okay, so one of the things that the right button, right? Okay. How about I just go manual here? Okay, so one of the tribal leaders around here that's very focused on tribal treaty rights and fishing rights was a guy named Billy Frank Jr. He passed away last year, but he was always saying that there's more to salmon than just catching them. They're actually an indicator of the health of the ecosystem in our region, including, the animations aren't in there either. Oh, okay, well that's okay. So in addition to people who like to have salmon, and salmon are an indicator of the health of the environment, and we think that's important for future generations, they're also important for orcas. I had a beautiful black and white shot of an orca eating a salmon. Our southern resident killer whales have to have Chinook salmon in order for them to survive. So salmon recovery is an indicator and directly supports a lot of elements in the ecosystem. But our salmon are in trouble. We have 3 species of salmon in our area that are listed under the Endangered Species Act, which means that they're close to going extinct. We might never see them again if we're not successful in bringing those back. So one of the reasons for that problem is something called marine survival, or poor marine survival. So this graph shows the marine survival, or how many adults, the percentage of juveniles that go out into the environment that come back as adults, and how that's changed over time in rivers in Puget Sound and the Strait of Georgia. I'll show you a map later so you know where that is, versus rivers on the coast of Washington and British Columbia. So you can see that around 1990, marine survival fell off dramatically in Puget Sound and the Strait of Georgia, but on the coast, there's really no trend. It just fluctuated up and down. This is really bad because we're at the point now where a 1% increase in this marine survival could double the number of salmon coming back. It's so low. This is a real problem for salmon managers. So our organization, oh, the map isn't there either. Okay, anyway, the Strait of Georgia is up there in Canada, and Puget Sound's down here. It's what you look at when you look out into the bay. Our organization partnered with another nonprofit organization in Canada called the Pacific Salmon Foundation, and we started a program called the Salish Sea Marine Survival Project. This is a really big effort, $20 million. We have recruited 40 different organizations to participate in this over the next 5 years, including government agencies, including research universities, including Indian tribes and First Nations, corporations, and nonprofit organizations. And the questions that we're trying to answer are, what caused the decline in these salmon, and what's keeping them from coming back up. In the ocean, you can see that the marine survival is fluctuating over time. In the Salish Sea, which is what we call the combined waters of Puget Sound and British Columbia, it's just going down. So what we have is that juvenile salmon, we know, are deeply affected by changes in climate. That affects the timing, the abundance, and the type of food resources available for salmon. But salmon are also affected in the marine environment by toxics, by diseases, and by predators like other fish and harbor seals. So for the rest of this talk, I'm going to be focusing on the impact that harbor seals have on salmon and how, this is the tech part, how we're figuring that out. So I just showed you that salmon and steelhead are declining in the marine waters. At that same time, harbor seal populations have been almost exploding here. Now, correlation is not causation. How are we going to figure this out? A brilliant graduate student at the University of British Columbia has developed a technique to measure this predation in the environment. And the way he's doing it is he's using something called a pit tag, which is a passive transponder that you can insert in a fish. It's very small, and as it goes by an array in a stream that actively can sense its presence, you can count those fish and know how many went by. These things are inserted into hatchery fish and wild fish in order to trace the health of populations. Well, there are also handheld devices that you can use to identify these transponders. So his idea, oh man, you really missed the animation. So the animation would be there's a little fish that jumps into his mouth, and then there's a little signal that goes up. So he worked with a company called Wildlife. So anyway, this device is designed to count fish in a seal in the environment, send the data to a satellite, and send that back to your computer at your desktop. So you can measure seal predation in situ. Is it working? Well, this is the old-fashioned kind of animation. You kind of have to do it, but yeah. So this graduate student, Austin, he approached a company in Redmond, Washington called Wildlife Computers and said, can you devise one of these for me? And they did. And they came up with something that looks like the bellhop's cap in Grand Budapest Hotel, right? But this device actually has a GPS in it. It has a sensor, so when the seal eats one of these tagged fish in the environment, it sends a signal to a satellite, and that comes back to your desktop. So we tested this at the Vancouver Aquarium, and what we found is that we looked at swallowing time, detection rates for different size tags, how long is the battery going to last, and what happens when a fish swims by the beanie rather than swimming down the gullet. And what we found is that readings on this depends on how big the tag is. A bigger tag, you get a better signal. It looks like swallowing time takes a lot longer than a fish swimming by on average. That's good because we can tell the difference between swallowing and not swallowing. And so now we're in the process of developing the feasibility testing. Or we just finished the feasibility testing, and now we're going into controlled field test. This controlled field test will look at things like confirming that it works with wild seals, testing the satellite transmission, and we actually have an accelerometer built into this thing, so when the seal opens its mouth to eat a salmon, it turns the signal on, and when it closes its mouth, it turns it off after a period of time to save the battery. So seals aren't the only thing. This is just a very small part of this overall research program. If you would like to learn more about it, please, the Salish Sea Marine Survival Project, please go to our site. And you can learn all about the other things that Long-Lived Kings are doing. I have a bunch of materials out on the table. Let's see. I guess the one thing I want to say is that we're not a startup organization. What's important to us is where we end up, and we hope that's saving salmon and steelhead. Thank you very much.
Questions?
Yes, right here. Okay, they use a glue which is water soluble on the fur, and it lasts a certain period of time, and there's a piece of Velcro on that, and so the hat is stuck on the Velcro onto the patch, and it falls off the seal's head after about a month in the environment. Right here. Yeah, you know, seals like fish, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be trite. There actually has been a huge decline in herring in Puget Sound and in the Strait of Georgia. And so what we think is that maybe salmon are looking more attractive because their main food resource, which are these little forage fish, are in decline. Another question. Yeah, right here. Yeah, that is a great question, and it's actually a very complicated one. And the reason I say that is that on top of the fact that we're trying to recover these species, we have very large hatchery production, which can be helpful to wild fish recovery. It can also be harmful if you do it wrong. We also have something called treaty rights with the local native tribes. There are about 25 tribes that have legal treaty rights, and those treaty rights aren't very valuable to them if they can't fish. And so we have to produce what is at least half of what was historically present to meet those legal treaty rights. So we have the Endangered Species Act in our effort to save the ecosystem and feed the whales butting up against tribal treaty rights. And this is where our work really is. I mean, this technical exercise is a part of what we do, but what we really try to do are to solve these problems where we're discussing how to use these resources best, how to pool efforts to make sure that we have positive outcomes for all of the user groups, and then work with folks like you all to educate you about what's going on.
Thank you, Jacques.
At the aquarium, great choice of venue, by the way, for Long Live the Kings. So in case you, April 29th, I'm going to be there. I definitely, are they going to serve salmon or is that weird? Is that, okay.
So the table's right by the front door. As you're going out, you can pick up some more information if you'd like it.
So here's the deal. We tried. We're 8 minutes over, but you know what? For people who come in the past months, we're getting closer. So let's just leave it short. The after party is not at Jabu's, it's at T.S. McHugh's. So for all of you who are not aware, you go out the front door and you go that way. And then there's a bar that says T.S. McHugh's on it. It's crazy. So if you want to network after this, you can network by the bar here. It's closed, but after about half an hour, we're going to kick everybody out. Is that cool, capiche? I know it's not a great way to say goodbye, so I'll leave that one with Brett.
So our next event's coming up. New Tech East Side, which is in Kirkland, is happening on March 3rd. And our headliner that night is eBay, if you want to learn about cool things that eBay is doing with tech. And our next event here is March 10th, and our headliner is Nordstrom. So if you want to see some cool things that Nordstrom's doing with tech, you can come here. I'll use that as a plug. If you know of companies you think would be great to present, they don't have to be tech companies. They just have to have cool tech that you think would be nice to show off and that would entertain the people that are here tonight. So did you have a good time tonight? Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. We really, really appreciate you being active in the community and supporting us. Have an awesome night, and we'll see you next month.